Elderberry is incredible and we love it. Absolutely love it. It's an amazing, you can eat it as a food, you can have it in so many ways. It is going to help you with aging because of all that antioxidant and anti-inflammatory portions of it. So it does amazing things in combination with our diet, our lifestyle, and all of those things that are part of herbal medicine and part of the naturopathic philosophy of caring for the whole and caring for the person. Hello and welcome. Mentoring with Geraldine is a bite-sized practitioner podcast for naturopaths, nutritionists, herbalists, and practitioners. This podcast responds directly to your needs, the needs of the practicing natural therapist. With interviews, herbal discussions, something business and something clinical each week, you'll get the variety you need and enjoy to stay motivated in practice. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Mentoring with Geraldine, the Bite Size Podcast. And today we've got Christine Thomas with us from the Herbal Extract Company of Australia. Now, they're a really cool company and they make us herbal extracts to give to our clients. So if you're a member of the public and you're listening in, then you'll learn some wonderful things. But please remember that all herbs have contraindications and you really need to see an accredited practitioner to get the best results for yourself. For practitioners, I hope you enjoy our highlights because we're going to start with elderberry. And Christine's got some lovely little, discussion pieces for us with elderberry. And as we know, traditionally it was a North American herb, and traditionally in Europe, it was grown on the side of the garden, apparently. And that way it attracted wildlife to the herbalist's garden. And it's used in many, many ways. I mean, and all the parts of it are used. You know, we use the berries, we use the flowers. So it's a wonderful, wonderful thing. But the elderberry specifically. Christine, tell us a bit more about this beautiful elderberry.
Yes, well, as you mentioned, I do the research for the Herbal Extract Company. So I write herbal monographs, write the highlights. So I have done a monograph on elderberry. It was a while ago, but so I'm going to have a look back at the information that I've got here. But one thing that I love is how it's from the honeysuckle family. Yeah. I always love, it's the Adoxaceae family. So I always love seeing the different plants that are in the same family. It kind of gives you a bit more of an idea.
Yeah.
And it's known as black elder, but we're talking about the fruit part, so we're just going to call it elderberry.
Mm-hmm.
And you're right, it is a very common tree, and the bit that we use, they're called drupes, and they're that's where the fruit grows off after the beautiful flowers, which is another part that we use. And elderberry has been flying off the shelves during these times. So I think it's the herb on everyone's lips. It's the one that everyone wants at the moment. We sell out as fast as we make it.
Yeah.
So it's very popular, but it has a really deep tradition. It goes back a very long time. So I don't know if you want to go into that.
Yeah, I mean, it's been around for centuries. The Native American Indians used it traditionally, and apparently it was part of tradition, and it's used because it's used across the board. So for children particularly, that elderberry is nice, although it's not naturally sweet. You think it might be because it's a berry. It's not actually naturally sweet. So it's normally sweetened for children. But obviously as a tincture, it's in an alcohol base. So traditionally, your American Indians wouldn't have been making it in an extract or a tincture, so there wouldn't have been alcohol in it. So they would have boiled it and made it a tea. It really needs to be cooked to get everything out of that berry.
Yes, and that's right. And they believed it would promote a long life. And that's why one of the reasons they say is why it's called elderberry.
Yeah.
Which is
so amazing, because we put all of these, so things all have these Latin names, but all of these herbs have these amazing common names that say something about them. And of course it is antioxidant, so it is going to help you with aging because of all that antioxidant and anti-inflammatory portions of it, and it's a cardiovascular tonic as well, so it does amazing things. And yeah, it's flying off the shelves right now. So I make a syrup every year for my clients, for the children, and there's always elderberry in it. And thankfully I bought some ahead of the big rush, because I wasn't able to buy any once it all started to make more tonic. And but I put it in a lot of my tonics and a lot of my mixes, and those people who are in the academy will hear about those in part 2, because that's the practitioner information that I was talking about earlier. So, but with the elderberry, it's really interesting that they hang in a bunch. So when you receive them as a manufacturing company, they're all off the stems, I assume, so that they're all ready to go?
Yeah, we get the raw materials, and then we either grind them or process them into a state so that we can manufacture them. I've got the finished bottle here.
Yum.
Of our elderberry, but I have some, I just wanted to show you this actually. This is our fluid extract that we make. I don't know if you can see the colour there.
It's beautiful, beautiful.
But you might be able to see, if I hold that up like this, you'll be able to see the colour.
Oh, look at that amazing red colour. And you can, it's full of those antioxidants in there, and look how deep and rich that is. And you can see it in the pure extract there in your right hand. Yes. You can see the redness around the glass and how it's sticking to the glass as well, to show that amazing, look at all that. Well, it's resveratrol, isn't it? And all of that redness.
Yeah, it's a very beautiful,
very, very beautiful herb, and all that it's an immune tonic. So, there's a lot of discussion about using it or not using it at the moment. Right at the beginning, there was, don't use it. But we're all pretty much saying, yes, do use it, unless you're in a hospital bed, and you're not going to be using tinctures then anyway. So we're kind of okay with that. But there are, it's an amazing, you can eat it as a food, you can have it in so many ways. And but once it's mixed in, and once we start mixing these things, then it is, herbalists are using it, and they're using it in the correct dosages. So originally, because of its antiviral properties, it's lovely and supportive, and it can be made to taste really nice. So a lot of our herbs don't taste so good. But elderberry is one that very quickly takes on a delicious flavor, and a bit of sweetness will do an amazing amount for the elderberry, won't it? So
and the children will take it.
Yeah, and children will take it. It's it's got these preventative properties for vascular disease as well. So it's a wonderful thing to take, but you don't need to take it in large doses. You can take it as a food. And of course, we use it as a herbal extract for our clients who need it specifically in certain amounts. It's iron rich as well. So, it's going to help build your blood and things like that. It's going to do all these wonderful things in combination with our diet, our lifestyle, and all of those things that are part of herbal medicine and part of the naturopathic philosophy of caring for the whole and caring for the person. So I love elderberry. Have you got any other little tidbits you wanted to share while we were talking about elderberry?
Well, as you said, the main reason that it's commonly used for viral infections. Mm-hmm. So and there's actual human studies showing that is so.
And that's amazing. A lot of our studies, of course, are, on mice or in a petri dish. And so having the actual studies with people taking it, and that's always quite hard to study with herbal medicine, is generally people don't take what we call a simple. They don't take one thing. Yeah. They don't take a combination product, because we will look at the client as a whole and as the holistic whole. And so we'll go, well, they've got a virus, so yeah, let's pop some elderberry in. But, it's in the chest, so they might need a bit of this, or, and we need to warm them up. Let's put it with some ginger. So we're doing the combination. So actually getting a human study can often be difficult, because we're not giving out a simple, we're not giving out one herb, we're giving out a multitude along with lifestyle. And, if they're sick, we might be offering suggestions around hydrotherapy and all the other things. So it's really cool to actually have a study in humans on a simple. Yeah, so tell us about that.
It always helps. So we can say it has an effect in colds and influenza,
Yep.
which are viral infections, and herpes.
Right.
Well, it can be useful for, and that's the reason why it's really popular in winter when most of those viruses are going around.
Yeah.
I believe the flu season this year hasn't been as bad. Well, last year was the worst flu season ever.
Yeah.
This year it hasn't been so bad, but there's still been 20,000 odd cases.
Wow, that's a lot, isn't it?
So it's a great herb to have in the dispensary for preventing. And
I've always got it in mind. I've got to say, there was a short period where I didn't have it in mind because it was unavailable. But
well, yeah.
I will be getting it now. It's back in stock. So it's an incredible herb. And your one, you can really see that colour because that's a 1-in-1, isn't it?
Yes.
So it's as close to nature as we can get within the range of how it's made. And yes, people are there stirring it every day. There is so much input into herbal medicine, like, person with the herb from start to finish, isn't it? So the elderberry is incredible and we love it, absolutely love it. So we might just finish up elderberry and remind listeners that if you're general public, please see a practitioner because you do get the best care from seeing a practitioner, and there are contraindications with all herbs that we take. And for the practitioners out there, part 2 will be waiting for you in the Academy. Thank you very much, Christine, and I look forward to speaking with you again soon.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for joining me today. Don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe to the podcast for the weekly episodes. If you'd like even more support and learning, then the Academy is for you. Here you'll find part 2 of the herbal discussions, more clinical learning, and case studies to support your clients in practice. Bye for now.